You are listening to Breathe and Bounce.
Hypothetical abortions and imaginary daughters. The white folks think they're at the top, ask any proud white male. a million years of evolution, we get Danny Quayle. Take you home with me, I'd love to tuck you in. I wish I could protect you from the wages of our sin. I'd love to hear you scream tonight, I'd love to hear you cry. Protect you from the madness that is raining from the
Yes, the world has become insane, hasn't it? We've seen in just this week how crazy shit is. And it always has been this way, and it always has, it's been this way for a while. And a lot of people, for whatever reason, put their head in the sand and, have their own theories about what is going on, what is happening, yada, 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 all this shit. And the truth of the matter is we are living in this world all together, all of us, each one of us. We all are human. We all share space. We all live on the earth. We are part of the earth. But somehow our brains make us different from the rest of the earth, right? Because there is so much emotional instability going on in the world right now. And if you want to sit here and if you want me to give you the sugar-coated show, this is not going to be it today. This is going to be some serious shit. Normally I like to talk about, positive living and yoga and meditation and mindfulness. And today we're not doing that shit. Today we have to address some shit, and we need to talk about some shit, and we need to be real. We need to be honest. We need to be unadulterated, because this world is going to fucking hell in a handbasket. And if you don't believe me, just look around you. Look at what's going on. Now, it's not because, there's political unrest and there's rumors of wars and endless killing and all that stuff. Yeah, that's not good either. It's bad. But people have to understand you are taking things to a level that is freaking ridiculous. And it is tribalism. And it is not healthy. It is not healthy for you. It is not healthy for your friends. It is not healthy for anybody. Okay? This past week, in a short span of not even 6 hours, people were killed. There were 3 kids killed on a school campus. And then there was this dude who was pretty much killed. He was assassinated in front of a crowd full of people. Now, I have so many issues with this whole situation, and I think it's time to start breaking some shit down and start telling you some of my problems with this stuff. Okay, so, first of all, you're hearing 2 sides. Okay, one side is, oh my God, he was murdered. How can you say anything bad about this guy? He was a husband. He was a father. He was a Christian. And then on the other side, it's, oh, big fucking deal. All he did was talk shit about people. He got people upset, said a lot of negative things about marginalized groups of people. So while all this happened, we seem to completely gloss over the fact that 3 kids were freaking shot. We didn't say much about that shit, but all we've been hearing since this happened, and this happened on Wednesday, and today's Monday, Sunday when I'm recording this, and we're still hearing about this fucking guy. And his name's Charlie Kirk. I'm not the biggest fan of his. I'm not going to lie to you. I personally think that he made his name bullying people on campuses that didn't have the intellect that he had about things. And I don't understand why anyone would want to go to college campuses to argue with him. Now, a lot of his views are very polarizing and, quite frankly, offensive. And that's my opinion. And that is the truth, whether he's alive or dead. That is the truth. But unfortunately, certain people have decided that, A, because he was killed, none of that shit matters anymore. And to a point, that's correct. He's not going to be able to hurt people anymore. He's not going to be able to say things anymore. He's not going to be able to regurgitate the masses anymore. So the right thing to do about this is to say, what happened to him was horrible, and I feel bad for his family. We don't have to talk about all the shit that he did. We don't have to talk about all the shit that he said, but we do. We do. And part of that is because a lot of people are still hurting. A lot of people are still angry. And people who support Charlie Kirk cannot understand that because they weren't hurt by him. So they all basically want to say that these people that are hurt, who quite frankly are speaking their truth about him, which may not be the best timing, but I guess they're really horrible people, and we should go against them and declare war on them. It is without a doubt one of the most ridiculous things I have seen on both sides of the planet. And you know what? The first thing is this whole two-side shit, I'm tired of it. I am so sick and tired of the frickin' sneetches in America. Now, I've said this to a couple of my friends. Now I'm going to share it with you. The sneetches. It's a story by Dr. Seuss. Okay? You had these big giant yellow birds, and half of them had stars on them and half of them didn't. The ones that had stars were living the good life. They were playing games, getting together, while these people that didn't have stars didn't. Now, one of the things I don't understand about the ones that didn't have stars, why did they get in their head that they couldn't play games? Why couldn't they do shit? We don't really talk about that, but the point is clear. You've obviously got two sides of the coin here, right? You've got two sides of the coin. And eventually, a man that called himself Fix It Up Chappie or Fix It Up Charlie went to these sneetches that had no stars and said, hey, I've got this machine. I could put a star on your belly. All you have to do is give me $5 and you can walk through my machine. So then at the end of that, they all had stars on their bellies. Now, at that point, you would think that the right thing to do would be just allow them to have stars on their bellies and everyone gets along. Nope, that's not how it went. What ended up happening, was the people with stars got pissed off. How dare you put stars on your belly? So let's go. We got to do something about this. And that's the thing. I feel like that's the underlying current of humanity now is we have to do something about this. We always have to do something. So we're doing something about it. So Fix It Up Charlie, whatever he was called, picks up on this, and basically what he does is he goes to the guys with stars, and he says, hey, those people over there got stars, and I know you don't like that. I can remove those stars from you. All you have to do is walk through my machine and pay me $5. And they do it. They pay the guy $5 to get their stars removed. And now they're all proud of themselves because they don't have stars. So, of course, the people from the stars are upset because all they want to do is fit in, right? All they want to do is be part of it, and these people are not letting them. By the end of the story, so many of these sneetches are paying this guy $5 to go through his freaking machine so they can get the star removed and put the star back on, get the star removed, put the star back on. And by the end of the story, everyone's broke. They don't have money. And Fixed Up Chappie basically said, so, thanks for your business. Have a nice day. And he went off to the next thing. So, let me put it to you bluntly. We have many dividing forces in this country, and they are not the citizens. They are the establishment, the government, the media, and, of course, social media. And those things, 3 of those 4 things I just mentioned, are things we cannot stop participating in. They are things that we cannot stop watching. They are things that we cannot get away from. Me included. I have such a problem with social media right now. I keep getting sucked in. And I think I got sucked into this shit. So now I'm basically releasing today. Because after today, I'm going to make a very big effort to try to stay away from this shit. But anyway, here's the thing. So you've got social media and you've got the media, the government, whoever, dividing up Americans into 2 sides. Some people are smart enough not to fall for it, but not very many. But the majority of Americans right now are being forced to take a side. When it comes to conservative and liberal, maybe you're MAGA, maybe you're woke, maybe you're red, maybe you're blue, maybe you're right, maybe you're left. So what people are doing now is they are setting things up so there are 2 sides. And if you are not on one of those sides, you kind of get lost in the middle, I guess, right? Because there's this overwhelming feeling like if you don't vote, you don't get to bitch. I voted. I'm bitching right now, okay? I'm bitching because the way this system is set up, it only benefits one person. And those are the people pulling the strings. It does not benefit the voters. No matter how much they want to believe, no matter how they think it's our sacred right. No, I'm sorry. We are in the middle of a fucking firestorm right now. There is, and you're seeing it. The fact that fucking this guy's assassination was allowed to be uploaded on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and TikTok and whatever other social medias out there, and no one fucking took it off is freaking sickening. So everyone got to watch it. So in the meantime, while all this is going on, we've got these 2 groups of people like fighting each other, right? We got these 2 groups of people, going up against each other. We got these 2 tribes, if you will, going to war without guns, without any weapons, but with words and with keystrokes and with threats and with just meanness. I mean, the first thing we got to do is we got to start saying to ourselves, are we being put into a place to do better? Are we being put into a place to fail? What is going on? So that's the first question we have to ask as we go down this rabbit hole of addictions to TV and social media. So two tribes going to war. That's what we got going on here. We have got a social media frickin' war going on between two tribes because certain people believe certain things and certain people believe other things. And the thing that what cracks me is up is that people will say, oh, well, you know, I'm just trying to stay in them. You ain't trying to stay in shit. Because I'm going to tell you what I see. I see people kind of doubling down on their positions about certain things. And it could be anything. And the only reason why I'm using the whole Kirk assassination thing is because that's recent and that just happened. Everyone wants to double down on whatever their thought is. And people, you know, I was watching Mr. Robot again because it's my favorite show on TV. And they talk about spewing their opinions on Facebook like they mean anything. Well, let me tell you something, okay? Opinions don't mean shit. And yeah, what I'm doing right now is giving you my opinion, and it probably doesn't mean shit either. But you know what? I have to do it. This is a release for me. This is a release for me because I am sick and tired of the bullshit, and I'm sick and tired of watching people that I really respect and that I'm friends with fall into this crap. Now, yeah, politically, where am I? I'm nowhere. I could give a fuck. I just try to be a decent human being and follow decent things. And I think I guess people would say that I lean left, and that's fine. You can say where I lean. I lean against this freaking counter, and you don't say shit about that. So lean on this, because it doesn't matter. And it doesn't matter where you lean. And it doesn't matter where people think you lean as well. Ask yourself, if I were to take away the whole canvas, if I were to take away all the dopamine going in my brain from social media, if I wasn't being fed so much information and disinformation, where would I be? What would I think? What would I care about? A lot of these things that are being put into your brain are being programmed. They are being fed to you. The movie Weapons, I was just talking about the movie Weapons, how I think it's the greatest movie of the year. In the movie Weapons, spoiler alert, there's a witch that puts people under spells. And there's this boy, his name's Alex, and the rest of his classroom disappears in the middle of the night. Mainly because this woman, who's a witch, is using them, I guess, for lack of a better word, weapons. So he has to go to the soup. He has to go to the store and he has to buy them soup and feed them soup, like, constantly. Alex is a good metaphor for the media and for social media. And you, me, everyone, we are all the people being hypnotized, being fed the soup. The soup is being the dopamine. The soup is being the endless barrage of reels and TikToks and shorts and posts and news and videos and bullshit and more bullshit. And we all eat it up. And then we all think that's going to give us our feeling. That's going to give us what we think in our hearts. That's going to be the compass for us, right? It's going to be our new moral compass. It's going to be our new way to think, our new way to really move forward in this life. It's like a badge. And if you don't have the badge, then you can't live. Kind of like the Sneetches. If you don't have the star, you don't matter. So what do? You pay. You pay media. You pay Facebook. You can buy a little blue dot on X, formerly known as Twitter, to be known as verified. You can be verified. How cool is that? Wouldn't it be cool if we all walked around down the streets and we had little blue pins on us and we could say to people, I'm verified and you're not. That means I'm somebody. Once again, it's the Sneetches. And if you're reading your Bible, because there's so many Christians out there who like to use the Christian religion to, you know, kind of be the backdrop of whatever shit they believe in. In the book of Revelations, everyone walks around with a mark. They can't buy or sell without it. Catch my drift? But the first thing is the news. So many news companies say, oh, we're going to give you the news straight. We're going to give it to you correct. We're going to give it to you direct, straightforward, fair and balanced. Heard that one before? Well, the only thing that's fair and balanced about not just Fox, but almost any news organization, and I don't give a shit what slant they are on, they all run the show the same way. They will find the one story that gets you going. The one story that emotionally invests you into whatever is going on, so then that way you are thinking about it and you can't get away from it. This has been happening for so long, but since the dawn of social media, we have seen it worse. Since the dawn of the 24-hour news cycle, since we now, instead of just telling the news, we have experts come on and discuss. And then one time you have to bring that one dissenting voice in to the discussion to make it more interesting so everyone watches and it's ratings. Yay! I mean, you guys have got to see the play here, right? You got to see the scam. You got to see that they are trying to pump any kind of fear, any kind of addictive news story, anything to keep you hooked on that TV. And then when they have that TV on you, then they want to get you to buy things. So the advertisers are happy. So all these corporations that have money that want you to buy whatever shit they're selling to you are happy. And everyone gets richer and everyone is happy. And then you've got your electronics, you've got all the shit you don't need, and they get all this money that they don't need, and everyone's happy because why? They all have shit they don't need. You know, another reason why people get so psyched about this shit is because they put fear into your heart. They put fear into you, and the fear creates anxiety, and then the anxiety brings up all these other feelings. The anxiety brings up hopelessness. It brings up anger. It brings up hesitation. It brings up all this shit. Your dopamine level. Once you have your dopamine, you got the information. Now you get to go out on Facebook, and now you get to tell the world. You get to tell everyone what they should or shouldn't do. It's like, you know, we go back to the assassination. We have some people that say, oh, how dare you? How dare you point out his characteristics of humanity after he died? That you're pissing on his grave. And then we have people on the other side basically just writing out a laundry list of everything he did. You know what? I think we can all agree that the guy was a polarizing little shit, okay? We all can agree that he was built differently, I guess, right? Why are we talking about this after a few days? Let the man rest in peace and say, fuck it. Whatever he did is his legacy. His family will have to deal with whatever. But more importantly, his family has to deal with the fact that he was fucking shot right in front of them. And yes, some people are going to hail him as a hero. Who gives a shit? Let them. If that's what they believe, fine. As long as they're not trying to hurt anyone else, who cares? And if they are trying to hurt someone, then they're going to have to deal with that. If their words are hurting people, then people are going to have to stand up. People have to have dialogue. People have to start getting to know each other on a deeper level. People have to start understanding why are things the way they are. Maybe if someone is trans, maybe you should sit down and talk to them about their experience rather than labeling it and making it whatever it is that you think it is. Maybe if someone believes in God, maybe you can talk to them and maybe you can learn something and maybe you can have a polite discussion, since the Bible has 20,000 different books and 20,000 different interpretations. Then maybe you can have a discussion about that rather than saying you're going to stone people. We don't stone people anymore in America. We don't do that shit. We're supposed to talk. We're supposed to listen. People say it's debate. It ain't debating when you're yelling at people and trying to make them feel as marginalized and as little as possible. That is not a debate. That is being a fucking bully. I'm sorry. It happens on both ways, because if someone says the wrong thing, you might hear someone say, okay, well, that must mean that's how you live your life and I want nothing to do with you. No. Unless they straight out says, yeah, that's right, that's who I am. People don't really get to know people. What people do is they come up with their own interpretations of people and then they rubber stamp them and decide that's what happened. It's kind of like we all... I think we live in a world where we're being pumped full of misinformation and fear. That is what's going on. That is the biggest problem right now. And people have to really understand it and not just say it. They have to actually believe it, and they actually have to do something about it. We have the power to stop this shit, but the problem is we are hopelessly addicted to all this bullshit. So the question is, how do we get unaddicted? How do we become clean? How do we detox?
You want a soundtrack that's going to make you feel tense, let you express your frustration, make you scared, want to run out and buy a gun? You're looking for another rock and roll record that'll make you feel like a victim. You're like a victim. You love to be a victim. You love the United States primetime victim show. Hey, bells, helicopters, machine guns. Listen to that. Listen to that. Kill for Allah. Kill for Jesus. '80s shit. Turn it down. Tone it down.
You have the power. You have the power. You have the power. You have the power.
All that 1980s shit is over, brothers and sisters. We're gonna turn the volume down. Brothers and sisters, we're gonna shut down this mechanical stuff that makes us feel like victims. Take those machine guns and turn them down. Yeah, turn off those cop shows. Listen to those helicopters. Listen to those sirens. Make you feel nervous and angry. 1980 shit. Turn it down. Tone it down. Now I ask you in a quiet tone of voice. Is the helicopter a machine of pleasure? Is the helicopter a love machine? Turn it off. Silence those church bells. Fuck the sirens. Let's have some quiet silence. Yeah. I wanna hold you close. You wanna hold someone close. Hey, we wanna feel good. I wanna make you laugh. Turn down that victim shit. Oh, yeah. Yeah, isn't that better? Yeah, we want to look each other in the eye. We want to high five. We want to whisper. We want to whisper sweet things in our ears. I want to tremble your earballs. Open your trembling earballs. Listen. Turn that helicopter off, baby. We will not be angry victims no more. We're gonna say, yeah. Turn it off. Turn that helicopter down. We're gonna say, yeah. We're gonna say, yeah. We're gonna say, yeah. We're gonna make it all work out. We're gonna have a moment of silence now. Turn down the machine. Turn down the helicopter. Turn down the crime time. Shut those guns down. Yeah. Isn't that better?
You have the power. You have the power. You have the power. You have the power. You have the power.
Yes, we have the power. We have the power to basically give up and say, you know what, we have been hopelessly addicted to consumerism and to TV and to network news, social media. We're addicted to getting likes. We're addicted to dating sites. We are addicted to dopamine, and we get that dopamine really cheap and really free on Facebook, but it does come at a price. It comes at a price because you never know who you're talking to on Facebook. You never know who you're really speaking with. You can be speaking with someone who really, has some things going on in their life. And they might come from a place where they feel very alone. So then they have to bounce and they have to pop. And that's the thing, is people are popping left and right in this world. People are catfishing each other. People are doing all this stupid shit. This isn't, for all you guys that are Christians, this isn't the world that God wanted. And for many of you people that say, oh, well, this is what God wants, do you really know? Because God hasn't come down here and talked to you yet, right? I mean, once again, that Bible is a collection of different stories, And you have so many different religions out there. And religion is a beautiful thing when it's not overused and overstimulated like everything else is. The overuse of social media to get your message out, the overuse of, expression. Yes, freedom of speech is a beautiful thing. Unfortunately, some people have the freedom to be complete assholes with it. And, you're either going to live by that or you're going to die by that. And that's all there is to it. But I mean, back to this internet stuff. Holy cow. When AOL first came out, did anyone think that we were going to be where we were at today? Did anyone think how divisive everything would be? How much people would be going after their own friends? Family members? I mean, I understand you have to think of things in the name of decency, and you have to think of things as the name of compassion, and you have to think, is what you are subscribing to, is it healthy? Is it compassionate? Is it kind? You can't say that if someone disagrees with you, especially if it is a very polarizing topic, that they're being hateful. It's not hateful to disagree. It is not hateful to express that you are hurt. It is not hateful to call someone out because their hurt is making you feel uncomfortable. You can say that you're uncomfortable because someone said something bad to you. That is completely acceptable. But for you to say that you want to go to war with people because of that shit, once again, the internet, that's how it goes. So much misinformation, so much fucking bullshit, and yet we're married to the internet.
Come now, surely we can be friends. I know so much about you. I love you. Look at everything I've done for you. You'd be nothing without me. Why don't you answer me? I bet you're busy talking to some fucking slut. Fucking skank. Is she hotter than me? Would you fuck me? Are you gay? Blocked me on Facebook, and now you're going to die. Now you're going to die.
That's just some of the craziness that comes from social media right there. People so addicted to those likes. People so addicted to how people think about them. People so addicted to not being in tune with themselves. People are so addicted with everyone else's opinions. People are so addicted to just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. And like I said, this is a problem that I've been having. I've been having this problem for a long time. Part of it's because I have ADHD. Part of it is because I really haven't addressed it. I will take accountability right now and tell you that I have not put the phone down. And I should. The phone is a necessary evil for me because of my business. But I have to start negotiating my time on the phone for what it really is. I got to stay away from all this bullshit because I do get drawn in. I get sucked in. Part of the reason why I'm doing this whole episode is because I've gotten sucked in. I hate seeing people that I give a shit about fighting with each other and saying things that I think are completely out of left field that I don't agree with. And you know what? I won't shame them for it. I won't try to make them feel bad for it because it's their opinion. I will probably shake my head. And if they try to push that on me, then I'm going to tell them basically, I'm not interested. Thanks. Have a nice day. Most of my friends that do, have these strong beliefs usually will not discuss them with me very often unless they think I agree with them. And sometimes they're right and sometimes I'm wrong. They're wrong. I do and I don't. But the thing is, we got to start owning the fact that we have an addiction to this shit. We have an addiction to getting information. We have an addiction to watching news and watching trauma and watching tragedy unfold. If you don't believe me, I'm telling you right now, on September 11th, everyone was glued on those TV sets for 3 days. And I heard one of my friends just said the other day that September 12th was the greatest day of the world. Was it? Why? Because we all came together after a tragedy? Is that really good? Is it really good that it took 2 planes hitting skyscrapers to get us to respect each other? You think that's good? Because that's what it's going to take right now, probably. It is going to take some seismic event to bring people together right now. It is going to take some kind of seismic event. And it's kind of like in the Snatches when I talked about how you fix it up Chappie went and got the guys with stars, no stars, and the other guys with no stars, stars, and then they all got mixed up. At the end of the day, what do you think happened in that story? What do you think happened? They all became friends. So it took some asshole charging them $5 on and off to remove something that really even wasn't a part of them to like each other. Is that how fucking stupid we are? That it takes a national disaster for us all to come together? And the thing is, sometimes after that national disaster, then the buzz wears off. Because it sure as hell did after 9/11, right? Next thing you know, people were really, and I think this was the beginning. This was the beginning of the great divide that we're in right now. Whether we should go to war or we shouldn't. I think the question to that always should be we shouldn't. But I guess there's so many resources and money and land and all this other crap. Now we have to go to war, right? Well, I don't know if we have to. Maybe because we're addicted to war. Maybe the countries, the people in power are addicted to making money off of those wars. There's so much addiction in the world. Addiction really hurts humanity. It's just, we have to start facing the fact that a lot of us say we don't have the addictive personality, but I think everyone's got an addiction to something. And I will tell you right now, I would say about 80% of humanity, maybe, and that's me being nice, has addiction to chaos, social media, television, what have you. Everyone stops what they're doing to watch a tragedy, right? Everyone stops. And I guess you kind of have to, especially if you feel threatened and if you feel like you're going to die, you have to. But we also have to understand that it's being fed to us. That we have a choice whether or not we want to participate in this or not. And I think part of us making ourselves whole is we have to acknowledge that we are addicted. We have to acknowledge that we're being sucked in. And each side says, oh, well, that side is playing with you. They're brainwashing you. Did you ever think that the brainwashing is just going on overall in general, and it's not just one side, but it's everywhere? Think about it. Start watching your habits. Start noticing what you're doing. Start writing down your positions, and start writing down the time you came up with those positions. And start thinking to yourself, how did I get to be where I'm at today mentally? Where did it start? It's all about the power of observation. It's about being the ultimate witness. So start witnessing, start noting, start writing things down. Because the first part of defeating the problem is accepting that there is a problem. I think we have officially broken the 60-minute portion of the show. The show's usually only an hour, but there's so much like sewage to get rid of. We need a little bit more time. We need a little bit more time. And usually we have like an identifier in there just to let people know that they're listening to the show. But we're not doing that today. We're not doing anything that we normally do on the show today because, like I said, this is shit that needs to be talked about. We have to start looking in the mirror at how we treat other people. And the one thing I will say is on social media, do you ever dream of talking to people face to face the way you speak on Facebook, on Twitter, whatever? Start asking yourself, if I'm not going to say this to someone's face, should I really put it on a keyboard? When I type something on a keyboard, is it kind? Is it necessary? Is it true? And maybe if it's true, does it really need to be spoken about right now? Think about it. the goal, it's not that we should live in a bubble and we have to walk on eggshells around each other. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is we need to start looking at the things that we are saying are our core beliefs. Start looking at the decisions that we'll make and how we interact with people online. And nowadays in IRL, as the kids would say. You know, we were talking about the tribalism earlier, and the question is, if you're a soldier of your tribe, do you really believe in what you're saying or doing anymore? Have you ever really thought to yourself, man, maybe this is fucked up, or maybe that person on the other side had a real good point. Maybe we should, kind of meditate on that a little bit. Have you ever really found yourself doing that? Because if you're not, then you're just closed-minded or you're just a shit starter. And I'm going to tell you something. I used to be the biggest shit starter on Facebook years ago. I would just start fights with people over everything, whether it was politics, whether it was sports, whether it was what color car was driving down the street or what color the sky was. I would just be a shit starter. I used to be that way. And I did it because I had a lot of unhappiness inside of myself. I had a lot of bullshit that I was trying to work out on myself, and that was my way of getting rid of it, apparently. And it wasn't good. So there might be times where you're following a path and you find yourself questioning that path. I have found myself questioning a lot of paths I've walked down. And in the past, I've always just kept walking them. Nowadays, I really think about it. And I really think ultimately, is this healthy for me? And I think that's what people need to start saying. Is this particular school of thought you have healthy for you? Is it bringing anything good to your life? So like I said, you have to ask yourself the question, how did we get here? You know? I don't know if this fits right now. But because I like this song so much, I'm going to play this while I talk. Because it's only a 2-minute song, right? We have to ask ourselves, is it our fault that we're at where we're at? Were we really manipulated by the powers that be this far? Did we do anything wrong? Just by turning on our computer and letting our phones evolve into the monsters they become, did we do anything wrong? No. Because as human beings, we want convenience, right? We want things that are going to be easy. We want everything on demand. We want our 4K videos. We want our HD TV. We like our violence on movies, but not in reality. We like eating junk food, but we don't like what it does to us. We like to connect with people, but we don't want to become immersed. I don't know how to explain it. So, I guess we could ask, the question, how did we get here, right? Yeah. Who knows? I might have found a little bit of the answer. Possibly. I might have. I'm not guaranteeing, but this might be the answer.
Today is a great day to begin again. Trust the process. Trust yourself. You're tuned in to Breathe and Bounce. Breathe and Bounce.
Army had just won the war. A crowd of people turned away, but I just had to look, having read the book. I'd love to turn you on. Blackburn, Lancashire. And though the holes were rather small, they had to count them all. Now they know how many holes it takes to fill the Albert Hall. I'd love to turn you on.
So it's just another day in the life of being a human, living in the US of A. You hear about all these negative news stories. You see violence on the TV. You see people fighting. You see people not knowing how to deal with shit. See people addicted to the devices. Addicted to gossip, addicted to sports. Yeah, sports is like, sports is a pretty big thing too. People fight a lot over sports too. People get into really nasty arguments over sports. Which to me is the most hilarious thing, because those people make so much money they could give a shit what anyone thinks about them as athletes and as players. We all just go through life not understanding that there is a problem. And that's what we're here to talk about today. So, if you've heard enough of my babbling, I'll leave you with this song. But after this song's over with, there's more. So, You can choose to be one thing. You can choose to take the red pill and see inside yourself where your blind spots are, where you could be part of the problem in the society, and what you can do, what your part is to make things better. I know one of my problems is my addiction to social media, my addiction to the reels, my addiction to all that shit. So I'm planning on doing something about that. So if you care, you can keep listening after the song and we'll talk about it. Or you can take the blue pill and you can listen to the beautiful sounds of David Gilmour playing one of the greatest guitar solos of all time.
Is there anybody in there? Just not if you can hear me. Is there anyone home? Come on down. I hear you feeling down. Well, I can ease your pain, get you on your feet again. Relax. I need some information first. Just the basic facts. Can you show me where it hurts? There is no pain you are receiving. A distant ship smoke on the horizon. You are only coming through in waves. Your lips move, but I can't hear what you're saying. When I was a child, I had a fever. My hands felt just right to balloon. Now I've got that feeling once again. I can't explain, you will not understand. This is not how I am. I have become comfortably numb. Okay. Just a little pinprick. There'll be no more. But you may feel a little sick. Can you stand up? I do believe it's working good. That'll keep you going for the show. Come on, it's time to go. There is no pain you are
You know, you never want to make changes. So all those people that run all these corporations, all these people that want you to know all the shit, they just want you distracted. They just want you to feel numb. They want to numb you with all their shit. So then you say to yourself, oh, there's nothing wrong with someone being killed on TV. There's nothing wrong with showing that. There's nothing wrong with showing people being blown away on TV by bombs and missiles. Maybe we'll have a reality show. Maybe we'll make Squid Game a live action show. In fact, they did that. The only thing was they used paintballs. Maybe the next season they'll use real bullets. Would anyone care? That's the thing. Have we become so desensitized to everything that we forgot how to feel? Because I could tell you one thing. I think when people debate, they don't think about feelings. They only care about getting that dopamine, knowing you're right. Knowing that you know something that your opponent didn't know, right? About getting that point, proving that point one, proving that point, trying to find examples to build an argument, using so much energy for what? You don't make money on this. You don't get any happiness. You maybe get a little burst of happiness. And then when it's all over with, you might have gotten so angry and so animated, you might be like, oh, fuck, why did I do that? Shit. I feel like shit now. That's how I felt. That's exactly how I felt a lot of times. There is so much I disagree with people. So much. And unless you ask me my opinion, I'm not going to try to fight you on it. I look at people that I know and I see them really going on these hills that they're willing to die on for no reason whatsoever, and it's usually against strangers. And one thing I've noticed about Facebook is there's always a phantom they. There's been so many people that have been saying things that are pissing me off. So many people are hurting my feelings. There's so many sick people out there. I used to do that shit all the time. One or two people might have said something to piss me off, and next thing you know, I would say there was 10 or 20. I would just do it. It was my game. That's what I played. That's how I was. We have to learn how to be maybe not stoic, but understand ourselves better and understand that not hate, not differences, not brainwashing can change us. That we can stand on our own 2 feet and we can stand strong. Take all that cellular electricity and get rid of it. Turn off them TVs. Watching movies is cool, but all that other shit, start understanding that you're being numbed. You're being controlled. Everyone is. Not just one side of the aisle. Everybody is. Start looking at ways you can control yourself and how you can grow yourself and be your best self. And start asking yourself those questions rather than trying to win a stupid, pointless argument on Facebook. Let's fucking go.
Fuck you!
So can we do it? Can we change the world? Can we find a way to change our habits? Can we change the clock? Let's just take a moment. Take a moment here for stillness. Because this has been a very heavy, a little bit more than an hour that we've spent with each other. You've been listening to me emote. How do you feel? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you look at yourself and say, maybe I can do some stuff differently? Think about some of your friends. Think about your friends that might support things that you may not agree with. Things that could be seemed undecent. And think about how they've treated you. Would it be great if the two of you could sit down and have a conversation? Have a meeting of the minds to find out why you guys are where you're at? And maybe you walk away learning something new and giving each other a hug. Or maybe you find a total stranger. What a world it could be if the disenfranchised can meet up with the sort of franchised, where we could find a way to just make life great. Find things that need to be fixed and don't focus your energy on things that don't. And remember, at the end of the day, it all comes down to you and your decisions and what you want to do. But in the end, just remember one thing. Everything is going to be all right, one way or another. We'll hold hands. We'll hug. Call me a fucking hippie if you want. I don't care. But it's my dream. It's my dream to see humanity really shine. To see the people all come together and tell the powers that be that no, you can't control us. No, you will not tell us how to feel. No, you will not manipulate us. No, you will not sedate us. It's all about just trying to find a way to make life brighter.
Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things will get brighter. Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things will get brighter. Someday, yeah, we'll put it together and we'll get it undone. Someday, when your head is much lighter. Someday, yeah, we'll walk in the rays of a beautiful sun. Someday, when the world is much brighter. Ooh, child, things are gonna be easier. Ooh, child, things will be brighter. Ooh, child, things are gonna be easier. Ooh, child, things will be brighter. Someday, yeah, put it together and we'll get it undone. Someday, someday, yeah, we'll walk in the rays of a beautiful sun.
All we can do is get better. There's no way else to go. We could go down more, but why the hell would we want to do that? What we can do is we can start working on moving up. Moving on up like George Jefferson, baby. Start trying to live healthier lives. Being good to ourselves. But finding a way to also be good to each other. And not just saying it. Actually doing it. Not judging people. Not trying to make people force feed what you believe. Start seeing your neighbors. Start seeing your fellow humans. Just start seeing everything differently. Because at the end of the day, we are all in pain. We are all in suffering. But we can learn how to manage that pain. Maybe not eliminate it, but we can manage it. And by doing so, we could create a better world. I guess this was a way for me to say for almost close to 2 hours, can we please stop fighting? Can we please stop letting shit that really has no control over our lives control us? I understand that people think that there is a lot more going on than what is going on. You don't have to drink the water. It's there, but you don't have to drink it, if you know what I'm saying. Thank you so much for listening. May you be well. May you be happy. May you be peaceful. May your breath take you places that your mind cannot. I love you. I hope you find your best self. And I hope you find a stranger to hug today. Namaste.